Okay, so we're on. So this is KB the broker from Serious Home Buyers Program. I'm a licensed realtor here in Chicago, and I have Alisha with me today. And she did the Naca program, and she actually got a home. She's in a home right now, and I just wanted to let her talk about her experience with dealing with Naca because she did go through the program. This is not somebody that we're making up. This is somebody that actually went through the program. Go ahead and just explain to them how you found out about them and what your experience was dealing with NACA.
Okay. I found out about NACA through my friend. So NACA is mostly a word of mouth, type of program. They don't have like a lot of. They have a website, but it's not like, it's not like a really advanced website. So it's mostly word of mouth, and they'll tell you that when you go through the program. So like I said, I went through, found out about about it through my friend. I went to one of their information sessions. So the information session was about 3 to 4 hours. They was telling you all about the program, and from that point, they made an appointment, and I went to the office. And when you go into the office, they'll tell you to bring all type of documents, like your bank statement and credit card statements, lease information. They'll give you a list of all the items they want you to bring. So then from there, they start doing your assessment, like a financial assessment, to determine like your spending habits and to see what can you afford. So from there, I did that portion for about 6 months. So when I first went in, they was telling me they wanted me to, save an additional $300 per month, because I think my rent at the time was like $800, and they was telling me like a possible mortgage payment would be like $1,000, $1,100. So I had to save that additional amount, to prove to them that I can afford a mortgage payment or a mortgage payment in that range. And once I did that for a few months, about 5 to 6 months, and also they based off what they seen on my credit card statement, my bank statement, they was telling me like, oh, we see you spend a lot in this area, you should probably stop spending as much and start saving more money. So, and also they was telling me that you shouldn't take out money. So basically you needed to charge everything or do everything through your debit cards, because that's trackable. When you do taking out money or just putting money in your bank account, is kind of not traceable, and that's laws against that. So they don't want you to do that. They told me not to do that. So I remember having an issue because I took some money out and loaned it to my sister, and I took some money out from something else, and it was like an issue. So, but besides that, once I, went to my mini assessment, and I finally got to the purchasing phase. So that was probably, like I said, 5 or 6 months later. Once I hit that stage, I got a broker. So I was able to get my own broker, or they have in-house brokers that they that work with the program. So they don't work for NACA, but they work with previous NACA clients. So I use one of their in-house brokers to or a realtor, not a broker, I'm sorry, a realtor, and to start the purchasing phase. So once I found a house that I liked and everything, and I, put a bid in and everything. So that was like the easy part. But the hard part came once I did the inspection. The inspection was fine, because the inspection, is for the buyer. It's for the buyer, so to let you know what you're getting into. And when I did the inspection, the guy, he was he pointed out a few things that okay, well, this might need to be fixed, but I'm just letting you know this is what I see. And when I sent that information to NACA, once I got through the final phase, about to finalize the contract, that's the thing that held me up the most. And that's when my my contract or the deal was almost about to fall through, because with NACA, they have all these different offices around, in Houston and Atlanta and different places. And I had to send this information to, Texas or Houston, Texas, but they was just putting in codes on the inspection, and I don't believe they really looked at the description, but basically they told me that I couldn't purchase the house unless somebody fixed that stuff. So I couldn't fix it. The bank wasn't gonna fix it, and then that's when like everything almost fell through. Like I felt like my hands were tied. I felt like the people in Chicago really wasn't trying to fight for the deal. That's when I got mad and upset. So besides that, I mean, leading up to that, it wasn't bad. It's just when I got to the final phases and the deal almost fell through over some, like it was something that wasn't even major. It was an electrical fireplace that, the wires needed to be replaced or something like that, or because a previous owner cut the wires. So it was like little small stuff like that, but they were willing to let the deal fall through over some stuff like that, and that's what made me so upset with Naca. So, but
when you deal with them and you were trying to call them and let them know what was going on with the deal, how hard was it to get somebody on the phone? Were they interacting with you? Were they talking to you?
Yeah, it was very hard. So like the people in Chicago, they were interacting with me to an extent, but like the people that I needed to talk to get the approval, people, I believe that they were in Texas somewhere, I believe so. But their office is not here in Chicago. So those people, yeah, they never answered the phone. I wrote letters, I sent voicemails, I tried to do everything. It was so hard to get they never answered the phone, and like the stuff did eventually get fixed, and the inspector, he came back out, but it was just like for that little petty stuff that I felt that a deal was gonna go through, fall through the cracks, because like they never, like they wasn't even willing to work with me, I felt like. And I feel like the people in Chicago, I mean, I don't know, like maybe their hands was tied also, but I felt like the people in Chicago didn't seem like they were trying to, like they were really trying to make this deal go through. Like it was just like, oh well, they said this and that's all we could do. I like I said, I wrote letters. I requested like, can we do like an exception? Like I would definitely get this fixed, like so. And also like for some properties, some people, they're able to like I said, they can get stuff fixed after they move in, but they have to have a contract with a with a contractor saying like, okay, we're going to do this work. So with this place, I was even trying to call contractors, but a lot of contractors didn't even want to work with Naca because, I guess that reputation that they probably, it takes them long to get paid. They have to go through all this red tape, and it's not worth the hassle to them. So I don't think Naca is a bad program. I just think that they have not enough people, and they try to take on too many cases that they can't handle.
I remember you telling me something about that. I remember you telling me something how contractors really didn't want to work with them, and when they would hear their name. And I remember you also telling me something about your realtor said that he would never work with them again. Talk about that. Yeah,
like because like I said, the deal was smooth until the very end, and it was like the my seller's realtor, they wouldn't give them information. My attorney, they wouldn't give my attorney information. It was just like everyone was just stuck, and it was like we're just stuck here, and this deal is gonna fall through for some stupid stuff that because nobody wants to address these few few small issues, and nobody seems to like. I don't know this person who was in that other state, if they were the head of NACA or what, I don't know. But nobody in Chicago, I felt like, was trying to, raise their hand. But the realtor he said that was his first time working with NACA, and he said he would never work with him again because it's like you're doing all this work just to, and it could just fall apart. I mean, any deal can fall apart, but this was something like that was minor. Like it wasn't a major issue like, oh, the plumbing and the electrical and the whole house, don't work. This was something very minor. Absolutely. That you was gonna let this whole deal, and like, there was other people that was looking at this house. So, I put my bid in first and they gave it to me. So, and the process from when I started to the very end, it took about like maybe 3 months because Naca kept extending like the closing date. And that's what they were getting upset about because they was like, we took this off the market. This could have been on the market or we could have sold this to someone else. So that was one of the reasons. So, and like I said, the contractor, they said that, they don't get paid timely and it's just a lot of red tape to deal with them. So I don't know how they are now, but that was like, when did I move my house? 4 years ago? Almost 5 years ago. So, but like I said before, I don't think NACA is a bad program, but if I had a chance to do it over again, I probably wouldn't, learn some stuff from NACA, but I probably wouldn't go through them. So, because it was just so much of a headache to deal with them, and that's unfortunate because it is a good program, but it's just they have too many caseloads and they can't handle it. And like also, if you don't stay on them because they do have so many caseloads, you'll fall by the wayside. Like your case will fall by the wayside. So if you're waiting on them to like make the next step, you'll be waiting. So you need to like stay assertive and stay on top of them to make sure like you're sending in paperwork and stuff like that and calling them, making sure like they received it. So like an example, my friend, she did NACA, or she was going through the program. She lives in Atlanta and she went to their seminar. And I guess, they were supposed to send her an appointment out, but they never sent it out. I guess they have so many people, it's like months in advance. Your appointment is like months in advance, but they never even sent her appointment out. She called them and they was like, oh, well, you weren't even in our system. So it's just little small stuff like that I don't think they're staffed enough to handle, this big, as many people they try to take on. So maybe they get funding for the amount of, cases they take on. I'm not sure, but because it's a non-for-profit too. So, you're going to get what you kind of pay for. But, but I would say the only like positive thing that I did get from NACA, I have good credit, but with NACA, my credit, my interest rate is like 1.3% versus because I did get to the point with them, I was just like, forget this, I don't want to deal with them anymore. I tried to get a loan on my own, and that interest rate was like 4%. So that is one positive thing because I guess they have a relationship with certain banks, so you can get a better interest rate because it's a non-for-profit, and so maybe you get stuff that you pay for with a regular loan. I mean, I have a regular loan, but going on your own, you probably don't have to pay with this not-for-profit. They don't charge you. So
I was going to ask you that because I know that you had a nice savings account, and I know that your credit was pretty decent. And I was going to ask you, why didn't you just go to a regular, company, just get a regular loan, and why did you even decide to go through NACA? And it was because they had a lower interest rate?
No, but I didn't even know my interest rate until the very end. Okay. So that wasn't the reason. Like I said before, my friend, she told me about the program, and I was just like, oh, okay, let me see what they talking about. That was my initial, interest in them. So, and it was like a first time home buyer. So, they're going to teach you like the steps that you need to take versus, I'm a first time home buyer. I don't really know what to do. Right. Despite like I can't look online, but it's still like, what do you really do? So like I would say they did take you kind of like step by step with it, but it's just like a long process. And if you don't stay on them, you will fall through the cracks. So
overall, from the beginning, from when you first went to the seminar all the way until you got your keys to your house, about how many months do you think that it took?
I would say it probably took close to a year, probably not a full year. Yeah. Maybe like 10 months. But that's because, like I said, they first assess your finances, assess like your spending habits and like your debt to equity ratio and stuff like that. So they assess that, and then like they see like where you working, how much you making, and just helping you trying to get into something that you can afford versus something that you probably you probably want this $500,000 house. You can't afford that on your on your salary. So you probably shouldn't, like they did stress like you should look for a house in this range.
Right.
Like, and they do they sit down and talk to you and ask you based off, what you're making and stuff like that, what do you think will be comfortable for you that you could still be able to live and pay other bills? Because, once you get in the house, you have the mortgage, all the utilities, you have everything is on you. So they sit down and explain that to you. Like, you need to make sure you're comfortable, make sure like look for a house in this range, or if when you're looking for a house, you need to factor in like the principal, the interest and taxes, and what's the other one? Oh, the insurance. They like whatever range you choose, you need to make sure you factor in all those items to make sure you can afford that. So
well,
their biggest thing is like they want people to get into stuff that they can afford, because in some neighborhoods people get in houses they can't afford, the houses go abandoned, and then the neighborhood go down. So they're they try to promote healthy neighborhoods and good neighborhoods that people can afford to live. So
were you irritated when they were like monitoring your spending habits and like
yeah, yeah, but I mean I get it now, because other people that I know that have bought houses, they done said the same thing, and they didn't even go through like a first-time home buyers program. But yeah, it's very irritating, because I'm like, this is my money. Like, how you gonna tell me what to do with my money? So it's very irritating, very irritating. But you have to humble yourself, bite your tongue, and if you want this, at the end of the day, you want this house. Yeah, you have to just be easy, humble yourself, and just
do like was there certain things that you couldn't do, like go shopping or go get your nails done, go on trips, or was there things like that they were telling you not to do? Or
no, no, it wasn't. No, it was nothing that they told me like I couldn't do. Like for one instance, they were saying like, oh, we see you you spend a lot of money on fast food or something like that. That might be something you need to look into instead of buying. They make recommendations. They can't force you to do anything. So, if they tell you, as we looking at your finances, we see you spend like a lot of money in this area. So if they want you to save an additional $200 or $300 or $400 a month, you're gonna have to cut something, right? Cut out something to supplement that money. So basically, but that's basically what that's how they do it. They'll like recommend stuff to you, like, okay, maybe you shouldn't do this, and start saving that money to do that. So, yeah.
So if someone came to you and asked you about a first-time home buyer program, would you recommend them to them?
Would I? That's one of them double-edged. So I would. I said Naca is a good program, but I would definitely tell them like all the negative. I would tell them the good and the negative aspect of it. So, like for me, knowing that I know now, would I do Naca again? Like I said, probably not. But I mean, like I said, the one thing, the best thing out of the program was like I have a really good interest rate on my home, on my mortgage. So, but all the headaches and all that stuff that I'm over, but not over, because I felt like it was so much of a headache.
You feel better?
Yeah, like like I said, it's a good program. Even if you do the program, if you don't even go through the whole program, I think that the stuff that they tell you at the beginning, like as far as finances and how they assess your finances, that's a good learning tool. So it's like I guess you take the good with the bad. But I would definitely, if someone is trying to get in a home like ASAP or something like that, no, I wouldn't tell them to do NACA. Now, if you have some time, if you're not really sure, you still like, I don't know what I want. Do NACA if you have time to do it. Like if you're not pressed for time, or if you're not like, I want to buy a home within 3 months.
Right.
If that's your thing, don't do NACA, because you ain't probably gonna close in 3 months.
It took you about a year to get your keys from start to finish.
Yeah, and everyone is different.
Right.
So that was my.
I heard some people was in the program for like maybe 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah. So I think it just depends. Like when they feel like you at a certain level, like, okay, they've been doing all this, and we feel like they done saved enough money, and now we can send them to the next stage. So, because even when they told me that I was going to the purchasing stage, I was kind of shocked, but not shocked, because I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just doing this. Like, in my mind, like, yeah, I'm eventually buy a house, but then, like, when you go to the purchasing stage, it gets real, like, oh, I'm really about to buy a house. So that's like, yeah.
I'm happy that you was able to get your house. I remember coming out there seeing a house, and I remember the whole fireplace situation. And
yeah.
I remember them almost letting the deal fall apart because of that fireplace. And I remember you getting it fixed, and finally go ahead. I remember it was a fireplace, and it was some other couple of things. What else was it that was wrong?
It was a crack in outside, but the HOA, they fixed that. Mm-hmm. Like, it was about along the driveway. Mm-hmm. But I guess, like, with the wintertime and stuff like that, concrete cracks. It wasn't like a crack that was crumbling everywhere, but it was like a little crack that you could see. So they got the HOA fixed that. And yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah. I just remember you just telling me basically that a lot of the companies, the construction companies and the other realtors, they was, when they heard their name, or once they dealt with them, they really didn't want to deal with them anymore. And
yeah.
That's how I actually found out about the company through you. I remember you telling me about them, and you just telling me how the deal was about to get ready to fall apart. I remember that time when you called me and how frantic you was, and you said that you needed help, and I was like, okay, well, let's try to see if we can get it done. And I'm happy that you was able to make it, get into the place, get into the house. But yeah, I heard a lot of bad things about them too. And is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
No, like, yeah, like I said, it's the good with the bad. So, you just gotta weigh your options. So.
Okay. Well, before I end this video, this is Alisha. I want to thank you for doing this video. It is 11:10 p.m. here in Chicago on a Thursday night. She's a very, very hard worker, and I stayed up for her to do this video. And I just want to let you guys know that if you're planning on buying a home, you do have other solutions if you live in Chicago or surrounding suburbs. I'm a licensed realtor. You don't have to go through the whole process that you have to go through with Naca. We can get you pre-approved. I have people that own loan companies. They can get you pre-approved. We can start looking at homes right away. The whole process is about maybe a month, 2 months max. As long as your credit is where it needs to be, probably about a 530, 540, we can get you pre-approved. Make sure you got a couple of dollars saved, maybe about $3,000 or $4,000 saved, and we can definitely get you into a home. So if you want to wait a year or maybe 2 years to get a home, definitely go with Naca. But if you're ready to start the process and get into your home within the next month or two, give me a call. My cell number is 773-808-4321. My website is www.shbainfo.com. You can follow us at our Facebook group. It's for first-time home buyers. You can meet realtors like myself, loan officers, inspectors, like all the people that she was talking about. You can meet those kind of people in my group. I'm going to put all those links in the description below. So before we wrap up this video, I want you to like this video. I want you to subscribe to my page, and I want you to share this video to your Facebook page or all your other social media pages, because we're trying to go viral. Thanks a lot, Alisha, for coming on our channel today. And
all right.
if you need my services, definitely give me a call.
Okay.
That's the end of this video. I'll see you guys.
All right. See you later. Bye. So, like, right here.